I wanted to ask you, Bernard, as a lawyer, what resilience means to you?
The beginning, resilience is more a term for psychologists, psychiatrists, because it's to start a new development after a psychological agony. I think at our level in Europe, and China can be an inspiration for us. China is one step forward because they were hit before and they recovered before us. And so we should, like in a course with cyclists, keep within the wheel of the people in front of us.
There is a very important topic when you look at EU-China relations, is the Chinese investments in Europe for also jobs in Europe which are so needed at the moment. With your experience, with your expertise, your knowledge of the Chinese companies and of the European context, what we should do in Europe in order to attract more Chinese investments to the European Union?
I think your question is very important indeed. At a time of economic recovery, we need foreign investments. And of course, when we speak about foreign investments, China is important. I think we have to give a better knowledge to the Chinese companies, to the Chinese businessmen, of our economic and legal environment in Europe. Europe is not easy. We have 27 countries, 27 legal systems which are different, with some rules that are different. So we need to make an effort, first to make it better known to the Chinese, to avoid that they, being afraid, would say, well, look, Europe is too complicated for us, we go somewhere else. We need also to be a little bit attractive to them in the sense that we have some policies favoring foreign investment, tax policies, whatever. Well, we need to make that better known.
One can see very clearly the mistrust between China and the West. How do we make sure that the European people, they know more about China, where it comes from, what China is doing today, and where China is going?
I think you're fully right. The knowledge about each other, I would say, that is from Europeans about Chinese, but also from Chinese about Europeans, is very important. And it can be at several levels. It can be first at the level of high schools in teaching about the history of China and in China about the history of Europe. It can be at university level. It can be also about the learning of each other languages, because that is also very important. And we see more and more young Europeans now interested in learning Chinese language. That is also the key, because more and more we will know each other, there will be more trust. I think if we are confronted in the world to the same problems, the problems are climate change, the problems are economic recovery. These kinds of problems, we are all facing it. Our Chinese friends are facing it. Let's see what they do to solve that. Our Chinese friends can see what we are doing to try to overcome this economic situation. So we can inspire from each other.
This crisis should be an invitation for all of us to go at another level of collaboration and cooperation. We can turn this crisis into an opportunity after such a long time of interacting with China and the Chinese friends. What are the 3 ideas you would like us to remember about your understanding of China?
First, China is a very good example of dynamism. Dynamism, vitality, that can be an example for other nations aiming at going back. That is the first. The second, China is a country still offering huge possibilities in economic cooperation, but that needs to be studied carefully. So that is also something that we have to take into account. And last but not least, China is not our enemy. China is a partner, and both partners need to treat each other with respect. That is the three characteristics I would like to mention.
Thank you very much. We will meditate on that. The energy, vitality, indeed. By the way, allow me to interpret what you just said. China is about life, because it has always been, Bernard, 1/4 or 1/5 of mankind. So vitality, there has been, there is, and there will be when we think about China. The market, absolutely, Bernard, and I personally believe that the secret weapon of China, well, is 1.4 billion consumers. It means that, as you said, it is not easy, but these 1.4 billion consumers, well, they are waiting also for to consume European services or products. And as you said, Bernard, you third point that here again we converge very much. Clearly, China is not our enemy, and China does not want us. It seems to be an enemy, its enemy, and China is about peace, as you know, and collaboration.
Thank you very much, David, and congratulations for all your action you are doing to bring that bridge between Europe and China. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernard.